That might have been a picture out of 20, and someone picked the worst picture to put up of him. We don't know how he's really doing.
Mm. I had some direct messages with some a close family
Oh,
member.
really? Bitch, I am not new.
She said
No,
she been around
sorry.
since Facebook. Um, when it comes down to it, yeah, but the tongue is powerful. What's funny? Yes. Did he say some sick
Everybody
ass?
got a tongue. Look at Eb. Look at Eb.
What did Eb do?
Everybody got a tongue.
What did Eb do?
She's a great reporter. When she's sober, too. She does
So,
panels well,
all right. So,
but
Curry.
the
So,
rest of it, she's talking shit about people.
okay. Now, I'm about to. I got to break this down for a second. You said the good out.
Okay.
His good. Keith's good outweigh the bad. So you've been around for Facebook. So I mean, you sat back and you watched Keith expose at least 50 different women, the nude pictures, commit revenge porn against them. Because you've been around since Facebook. That means you sat back and you witnessed Keith put hits out on kids. You've been around since Facebook. That means you've seen Keith or heard Keith wish rape on kids, including my daughter and Eb's daughter and Ashley's daughter and Precious' daughter and some of the other stuff. You've been around Facebook, so you've seen that Keith told 25 lies about a girl he sexually assaulted, and then after he's on his 26th lie, and had all his people weaponizing his people, and had them bash the girl as if she was lying. On his 26th lie, he comes out and say that I don't have to tell y'all. Yeah, I was lying. I don't have to tell y'all the truth. You've been around since Facebook. You've heard Keith say any woman that hangs around a man for 48 hours, don't give her no pussy, deserves to be a victim of some type of rape or sexual assault. You've been around since Facebook. You've got a chance to witness all that. But however, you're saying that because he told the joke and made you laugh, that outweighs. I mean, and then you said that even about the judgment comment, like I could tell that you know the word too. So you mean he done made a mockery of Christ, even to know the concept of the church? He wasn't making the church to say, saying to me and making a mockery of Christ as a, for one, he ain't nothing to make a mockery of. So you know about the whole mockery he making and him committing blasphemy. Because you've been around since Facebook.
Right.
Curry, I'm going to take you down.
How I got doors to room 21, but I did.
I
And
got you.
I've been around,
Curry,
of my
Curry.
like
I got to take, Curry. Look, nah, you know what I'm saying? I know you got a chance to witness all of us and others. They've been around since Facebook. But I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Committing revenge porn since, over 50 different women, that's not, uh, him making you laugh does not override that. Threatening so many goddamn uh, women on the app, that does not override that. Wishing rape on kids, that does not override that. Um, Saying you being a woman, if you don't give them no pussy, you deserve to be a victim of some type of rape or sexual assault. If you don't give them no pussy in 40 years, that don't not override that. No, I'm sorry, it don't. It don't. Uh, and sadly, that definitely is a part of the problem too. Like when it come down to it, because he make you laugh, it'll make you forget all the other stuff. Remember what I told y'all? Like after he did finish wishing rape on, and some people be so lost, like or so caught up in it. After he finished, wishing or saying some sick shit like that, he'll end up doing some shit like, hold on a second. He'll end up playing something like this, playing my playlist. They're like, yeah, that's my song, P. That's my song. He up there trying to smoke like me and shit. Playing that music. All of a sudden, you forget all about all the sick shit he's said. Listen to my whole goddamn playlist. That's my song, Pastor. That's my song.
Hey,
What up, man?
Hey, hey. I just got a couple of things to say respectfully. Um, just listening, I'm glad to hear that the young man is recovering.
Definitely.
Definitely glad to hear that, um, that he is, for his brother, that
Y-
he is speaking. So I'm glad to hear that because whether well, I don't want to negate of what he has done in the past.
Yeah.
This is the past,
Yeah.
and we all have one.
Yeah.
As much as I see people on here go back and dig back 4 or 5 years in people's past,
Mm-hmm.
except for a couple. Some things just happened recently, but still. Nextly, God is a just God to forgive us.
Yeah.
Now you were speaking about the R word and some other things that this young man has said, and as you were talking, I thought about Paul in the Bible.
Oh, that's my
Paul
favorite
was a
person in the Bible.
Yeah,
Anybody that
Paul
know
was
me,
a persecutor.
look, y'all, hold,
Uh,
hold, Glenn, before you can even finish, I'm gonna tell you, anybody ask me about the Bible, that's my favorite person. Paul. One reason I love about Paul, y'all, Paul said he was the chief. That's how he identified himself. I'm the head honcho. Ain't that what he say, Glenn? He identified himself as he's the chief of the
Chief
sinner.
is a chief
Chief of
demon.
the
That's a
sinners.
chief. That's right. He has soldiers under him.
Yeah.
And those are the ones that God wants to take down. You know
Yeah.
why? Because
Mm-hmm.
he said, I'm gonna take the worst one and I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do with him. And
Exactly.
guess what? Once he do that, then guess what? People gonna be like, well, dang, if he did it, this ain't real.
Yeah.
That's the first thing people see.
Yeah.
I can identify with Paul because I was a Paul. I walked up in the church and told them people, y'all crazy.
Yeah,
Y'all
definitely.
following around these people,
Yeah.
telling y'all this and telling y'all that, so that's what God did.
Yeah.
God took
Definitely.
me and put me in a position where couldn't nobody help me but God.
Definitely. And
So to see this
yeah.
here, I'm going to say this and I'm going to get down, but we have to forgive. That's
Yeah.
the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
And the forgiving, if it's not for the other person, it's for the person that's holding on to it.
Yeah. So the forgiveness aspect is definitely for the other person. I forgive everybody. When it comes down to it,
Well,
forgiveness is based
anybody that's
upon
under the I'm sorry.
forgive.
Anybody that's under the sound of my voice.
Yeah, so forgiveness is based upon the person, their relationship, and the higher power. Because that's something that they will have to get right. Because you never want to
I'm
hold
dealing
on to
with
a
that
level of
right.
hate.
I'm dealing with that right now. I just left
Yeah,
court. So and I've been sitting here pondering over some things today.
yeah,
But when I left out that courtroom, I felt like 200 pounds lighter.
yeah,
And I turned around and said, I apologize. Now, guess what? If you ever get a chance, go down and read go down and read John.
yeah.
I think it's John 24,
Uh
where he
huh.
says those sins that have been remitted are remitted. Those sins have been omitted.
Yeah,
So I'm not holding on to nobody else's baggage.
yeah. Definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
To weigh me
definitely.
down.
Yeah. It's just that as people, I think that we not robots, and that's like when we talk about forgiveness. Forgiveness does not mean forget,
Absolutely.
and you learn from your experiences. And for a lot of us, we know that, like. Like if you ain't paid me back $100 1,000 times, I mean on your thousandth one time, um, I'm not sure if you gonna. I wouldn't trust you with a dollar. You know what I'm saying? You ain't. I'm just learning from my experience. It ain't that. I just feel a certain time. I'm learning from my experience from dealing with you, and unless something else changes, unless I see otherwise, I'm gonna go with what I know. And what I know is when I let you borrow $100 1,000 times and you told me you're gonna pay me back next week, you never paid it back. What up, Scorpio? And on the thousandth one time, uh, even though even though You may say, "Look, I promise you, if I put this on my my dead relative or something like that, I'm gonna pay you back." I really can't trust you. I really think that you're gonna be the same way. I'm gonna be waiting next week to get my $100, and you never gonna pay it back. That's like with Detroit. Detroit Detroit Tate owe me like 50 dragons off unbanning his damn pages, and he ain't finna pay me no goddamn dragons back. Like, but however, he could possibly do it.
But you forgive him.
Yeah, definitely forgive him. But I'm so used to him not paying me dragons back for unbanning his page. Like, when I unban his page again, I don't know what to expect. Could he prove me wrong? Definitely. Could it
Yeah.
happen? Definitely. But
Well, I
based
appreciate
upon
you
it,
letting me come up. Yeah, I appreciate you definitely, letting me come up and say, not often people let you come up and,
yeah,
especially when you're talking about the word and you're talking about,
yeah. But but you definitely
the
gave another
Lord.
output that a lot of us weren't looking at when it comes down to a glam. So I appreciate you coming up. I feel like, well, this scripture applies to him because based upon his past, his track record, look, we feel like he gonna be the same goddamn way. We feel like he gonna be he ain't coming back no humble. He ain't finna come back. But at the same time, when it comes down to it, y'all, that is scripture. Like I told you, my favorite person in the Bible was Paul. He was the chief of blasphemy. He identifies himself as the chief of blasphemy. Uh, God used him. He was the head honcho. I'm the top dog when it comes down to it. Guru boss said, no, people don't change. I mean, we never know. Even though most of us, like 90% of us, feel like he's gonna be the same goddamn way. But at the same time, anything's possible. Anything's possible.
Hi, sweet. I'm back again. I just want to I, I haven't learned the scriptures in years, but I was raised Baptist, and uh, Ephesians 4:42. I always remembered that one, and it
Mm-hmm.
was be as Christ has forgiven you.
Yeah,
So I did say that.
definitely. And that's why I say I already forgive everybody before they even cross me. I already forgive them. And if it wasn't for my relationship and the higher power, like I wouldn't even be entertaining a lot of stuff. Which is one of the reasons why, if y'all know Keyz, I ain't him or something like that. You know, I never wish death on him when it comes to certain things. Like I never did that because I'm already feel like I'm touched, so I'm not gonna do or wish anything like bad on him. But when it comes down to people, we gonna use a certain judgment. And if somebody done cross you 1,000 times, on 1,001 time, or the 1,500 time, I mean, we gonna look at it like, well, damn, nah, he gonna be a smoke guru. Once a snake, always a snake. See that? And I don't knock nobody from their worldview about a lot of stuff. So a lot of us feel like once a snake, always a snake. A lot of us feel like if a person, when they get 45, when they get past 35, they stuck. We feel like that's gonna be them for the rest of their life. We feel like, look, 30, about what age y'all think people gonna be the same way? Like you can't keep the old dog new tricks or something. I feel like when they get about 35, 30, hey, that's gonna be them. That's all in them. Kelly, what up, fam? Like we feel like that's the anything's possible. Don't get me wrong, anything's possible.
Yeah, one more thing. Okay, well, with people that's going to be the same way, God gives us so many opportunities, and then He just give us over to a reprobated mindset. So
Mm-hmm.
basically, you love this so much. Here, I'm gonna turn you over into it.
Mm-hmm.
So I thank God that what happened to me some years ago turned me around, but I was a thief.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, laid out,
Yeah.
and couldn't do anything. Then end up getting breast cancer twice after that. Just so it was just one thing after another.
Yeah.
But it's the faith. We have to have hope in something. But that ain't what I got up here to say. But when you said that, but it's we're going back to Paul.
Mm-hmm.
Paul can Saul.
Yeah.
Paul's name changed, and the same thing happened with us. So that man is not gonna get up as Pastor P.
Yeah.
He
Or
gonna get up as somebody else.
he could be the same person.
I doubt it. I
It,
doubt it very seriously. I doubt it. Go back to the Bible. Go
yeah.
back to Adam. What did God do to Adam?
So
God put Adam in a deep sleep,
yeah,
and he went to work on Adam.
definitely. So when it come down to it,
And to be out of the body, Brandon, is to be present with the Lord, whether you
yeah,
in hell or you in heaven.
definitely. So, but definitely when it comes down to it, if we go back to the word and we look at something like this, and the devil got workers too out in the world.
Hmm. That's
I, f-
true.
I feel like some folks is already dead. They just walking around with a heartbeat. They just there to cause
That's true.
confusion.
That's true.
They just it's spiritual battle in this world. Some folks is already dead and they just walking around with a heartbeat and they just there to cause confusion. And it's up to us as people how we deal with those and attract a certain type of energy. And if you are drawn to that energy, um,
That's what's in you.
it's what's in you. Laws of attraction. So like some of the stuff within the Bible, I mean, I feel like science. I'm big on science, big on the Bible. I
Hmm.
feel a lot of them have the same type of concepts. It has the same type of concept. We the Bible we call it reap what you sow. Science calls it what? Karma.
Let me ask you something, and this ain't no clout.
What
I
up?
hear that so much on this app.
Look,
Why do you think I come in your room?
vibe the energy. Energy is different.
Well, have you ever noticed when I come in your room?
Shit, different times of the day.
Nah, I come through when you're talking about the politics.
All the politics stuff, yeah. Always.
Okay,
You always do.
I, right. I like to talk about the politics because the Bible lets us know to pray for people in high places.
What's up, bitch from that?
So
That's true.
when you're talking about the politics, and then I look at where you're talking about the politics at, you're on Bigo.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like you had a
So when I come in here and you're talking about them, and I see that you're very knowledgeable about it, so I begin to pray.
yeah,
The ones that you point out.
as you should, as you should. You supposed to
So
be a
I
star.
appreciate
You supposed to be a star out there. You supposed to be. If we as people, if you touch, you supposed to be the salt of the earth. You
Yeah,
supposed to be the
and
salt.
God is. I feel. I won't say too much, but anyway, yeah. But Paul's name, it got changed.
Yeah,
Because he became Saul. So Saul was who God began to use.
yeah,
So that's all. Okay, thank y'all.
definitely.
Thank y'all for listening. Putting up with me. Put
No,
me
you
down.
good. You good. So look, y'all, definitely because it can go both ways, y'all. He can come back and be more humble, or he can come back and turn into the worst person, which is true. While we hope that he would come back and be more humble, and God would use him, he could come back based upon his track record. You know what I'm saying? We know he ain't never experienced nothing like this, but based upon his track record, and like I said about the concept of somebody crossing you 1,000 times, and we making judge, people gonna be like, look, man, I don't think he gonna come back, he gonna see the same way but worse. And I think when we look at stuff like this, like when I randomly opened it up, uh, Google, looking at something totally off the wall 2 months ago, and I came across this, the significance of certain things about how the dragon of Satan identified in Revelation gives power to the beast so that he might act as an evil proxy and carry out Satan's mission. Uh, Depending on how your worldview, how you internalize the Bible and Revelations and what you perceive the Antichrist being, some people perceive it being one person. Some people perceive it being multiple different things, people, aspects, and being used out there to cause confusion in the world. So when it says the beast will have a seemingly fatal head wound that will be healed, it's just like his coat light falling. How are they gonna look at him if he were to come back? They're gonna think he God. Seemingly fatal. Seemingly fatal. And his mouth is real crazy right now. How you talking to people? For real? We can hope for the best, but you know, that's all we can do. But the connection, the signs. What y'all think when they talk about the seemingly fatal head wound that will be healed? Hope for the best, prepare for the worst. What does that mean to y'all? Like, for real? A seemingly fatal head wound that will be healed. Near death. Miss Jassie's near death that will be healed. And he will have tremendous influence over the inhabitants of the earth. Earth being the world. Bigo is our world. Don't forget, y'all, it's a lot about how you view it, how you internalize it, and how you can perceive it. Bigo's our world. A lot of us check Bigo more than they check the regular news. They check Bigo more than they check their text message sometimes. They be focused on Bigo so much they don't even know what the hell going on in the real world because they focus on Bigo. Bigo has become a part of our world. I don't know what's going on TikTok, except for the stuff that they tell me. But this is a part of our world. The cult followers he got on here that follow him for everything that he says and done to other people, no matter how sick it is, they're gonna feel a certain type of way. You know, they're gonna feel like he untouchable. The beast will utter proud and blasphemous words while holding authority for 42 months. Now, the 42 months portion, y'all, as I said before, that was around the time that we came on Bigo. I don't know if it meant by the time we came on Bigo, or the 42 months meaning something in the future tense as well. So that's the part that was correct. I was still trying to understand that portion. But then you add on towards the end, it'll say it's this time, and that solidifies his identity as the Antichrist. It'll make you wonder, is he going to go on that path, what we seeing right here within this paragraph? Or is he going to go on another path where it's like, okay, God actually going to use him the same way he used Paul and turn it into something? It would be dope if he used them the same way and actually turned them into something. Then his followers will be able to see certain things and influence them as well to bring them closer. God working mysterious ways, definitely. But this is one of them situations where it's like the odds don't look good. If we about stats and numbers, when it comes to like the numbers and what we seen and what we know of him, the odds is against it. But you can't count nothing out. God got the last word with everything. Depending on what higher power you believe in. Like, me being a Christian, I feel like God has the last word. So, if it were to turn into something like this, y'all, I don't want nobody to be shocked. Why? Because it's already been prophesied. Christians shouldn't be shocked about none of this because it's already in the book of it's in the prophecy. We shouldn't be shocked because it's telling you what's going to happen. Just like maybe talking about like the end of the world and stuff like that. Like if you hear about all the wars going on, the rumors of wars and famines and stuff like that, Bible telling you don't be shocked, don't be alarmed. I'm telling you what's going to happen. And even then, the world going to continue. It's still going to continue. But a lot of us would be looking at like, nah, man, look, that man ain't finna change. He gonna be the same goddamn way based upon previous experiences and dealing with him. So I don't think nobody wrong. And when on this aspect, I don't think anybody's wrong with the perception of how they view it or what they feel. I don't think nobody's wrong. Even when it comes on the aspect of people and their worldviews, some folks is not turn the other cheek. Christians, y'all know y'all supposed to turn the other cheek. Don't be a fool, but you know what I'm saying, turn the other cheek. Some folks' worldview is F that. It's eye for an eye. Some folks is you cross me one time, it's a wrap. You ain't gonna have an opportunity to cross me twice. That's how some folks is. I don't need no snakes around here. I don't need none of that. You cross me one time, it's a wrap. Nope, it's over. They feel like, look, if you wasn't a snake, you wouldn't have did it in the first place. They ain't gonna turn the other cheek. That's just how they feel. Mahogany, love you. But that's how some folks' worldview is. They ain't gonna give you an opportunity to cross them twice or 3 times. It's like trying to teach somebody how to be real. They be like, you can't just teach a motherfucker loyalty. You can't teach somebody how to be real. You can't just teach certain things supposed to be in you. And if it ain't in you, it ain't no teaching you. You supposed to automatically know right from wrong. So, but it's definitely the other way to look at this, though. As if maybe this don't apply to Keyz. Maybe it's God may use him. But if he comes back and he's the same way or worse, I mean, if he comes back, they don't think he gonna feel like he can walk on water. He gonna feel like he can walk on water. He can do whatever the hell he want.